doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. Your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, just thank you for the love and support. Y'all dropping comments and beautiful vibes towards my way. That is truly needed. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you are comfortable enough, drop a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life and head you towards a positive direction. Also, if you feel like the videos are very uplifting to you, informative, give you good vibes that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times and need assistance, spiritual assistance or spiritual guidance, or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul mission or soul purpose, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites, wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music that I'm listening to in the background is called Tibetan music, meditation music, relax mind, body, relax music, soul music, Flower 2836C. And they put all that down there. So I'll be putting that in the description box below. My video today is Twin Flame 101. When we decide to change our habits, we must become the treatment. I seen a post on that. I was like, what you say? That really spoke volumes to me. And it's very true. We have a lot of us have these habits that are very hard to break. We tend to have therapeutic ones. We tend to have very negative ones. There's a lot of times we try to do old habits to heal new issues, and you can't do that. You really cannot. A lot of times we have to sit with ourselves and see the things that's going on in life, seeing the better we want to bring in our life. But if you want better, you can't think of it in a negative way. Change is always good. We can always say, yeah, we're up for change. And then when that change start taking place, we get all up in our feelings like, wait a minute, what the heck is going on? Why I got to do this? You're telling me this, because sometimes we don't like that corrective criticism. And it's like when I first started doing my videos, I mean, I was just lost. I was just straight lost because it was like universe telling me to do this, and I wasn't really understanding what they were handing to me, what they were putting down. I was lost, and then a lot of times I had to really seek guidance for the things that I was really trying to change in my life. Shoot, I'm still, I try not to have judgment on a lot of people, a lot of issues when I see a lot of things, because I know I'm still, going through my transition of change as well. Then I'm trying to uplift myself. If at times, I ain't even gonna lie. When I see some videos and I see the things that really be making me mad when certain things pop off, I give my opinion. I try not to judge people. It's hard for us not to do that, but you try not to judge. But I just say, I see situations like this and I give my opinion about it. I try not to be judgmental towards anybody or everything that they do, but I try to give my opinion on how I see views. And, it's just certain things that really aggravate me that goes on into the world. Everybody's always recording stuff, whether if it's like a killing or somebody's beating down somebody. I'm just like, dude, the same energy that you put up to put that damn phone on and want to start videotaping and thinking it's funny when people are starting to knock somebody's block off. This could be your child. This could be your niece. This could be your nephew. Stop that. Why don't you assist that person? It's not funny. It's not entertaining. It just seems like some people are straight savages at times, got that savage mentality. Let me say it like that because I'm trying not to be judgmental, like I said, but we all go through things in life. We see that, a lot of things is hard, you know, on how it was healing. Like I told y'all, I'm very open about my life. I used to be a pill head. I used to pop pills like for everything. I had massive migraines to the point where they made me sick. At times, they were so painful I would pass out. That's how bad my migraines were at times, dealing with a lot of toxic abuse from my relationships, just being able to not maintain when it came to my kids. I exposed them to a lot of things that I really wish I didn't, but hey, it's happened. I went from popping pills to drinking, from drinking into smoking weed. Smoking weed, I was already smoking cigarettes already, for almost 20 years. And dealing with all those different things, I don't knock anybody else's hustle. Some people smoke weed or whatever, if it's something very dangerous, they ask me, Rosalind, well, if there are signs, and I'm like, now, if it's something, I don't be judgmental, but if you're going to ask me something, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear and not what you want me to hear. You know what you want me to say. I'm not ever that type of person. I try to be very mindful because I don't like hurting anybody's feelings, but a lot of times people don't like to hear that truth. That's fine as well, but at least you can see I'm coming from a real place. But I had to allow myself to know, going through all these situations, I really felt like the universe is like, look, we about to open you up. We're gonna open up these whole can of worms. But while we doing that, and about to set you in this truth, we gonna allow you to smoke them cigarettes and smoke that weed until you can be able to maintain, until it gets to that point where it's no longer needed. Because we already know what we about to open up to you about this truth. We don't know how it's gonna sit well with you. Because we already know you're a little firecracker. And I mean, it is just like, I was very grateful for that. But then I started seeing the habits that I was picking up, to where it was basically showing me signs it was no longer needed. You can do these things on your own. Because when I used to smoke weed, I got to my higher self, because I felt like that was the only way I was coming in line with my higher self. I didn't really understand how to be able to do that on that natural, you know, um, natural thing. I didn't learn how to do that yet. But then I noticed that, dealing with everything that was going through, ending of a toxic relationship, finding out about your family, finding out who your family was, finding out that you have been having contact with your family on and off throughout years. And, it was, being very deceptive on certain things that you had to come across, and being able to know that family that you trusted and needed were not needed, but loved, um, you know, uh, carried on things towards their liking just for financial gain. That was a lot for me to deal with. It took a lot of anger out of me. It put me in rare form, had me ready to fight, you know, but all those things has changed me for the better. I had to allow myself to say, if you want better in your life, if you want the things done in the dark come out to light, you have to do better than what you're doing now, because this is not going to work for you. I had to get that shock of reality. I was blessed to be able to have the spirit guides that I had. Universe kept sending things to me I didn't want to hear, because it was just like I was losing money all over the place. I would drop money and people would rob me. It was really that bad. I would forget what I was doing. I would just cry off the bat, just angry at the world, poking blame, being victim, victimizing my own self. Even though these things really did happen to me, I did not know how to cope with it. And that's why I was coping with it. I don't like that word cope, but that's what I was doing, because like that was the main reason why I stopped using that word cope, because me coping is when I would drink. I would smoke cigarettes like back to back to back. I would smoke weed back to back to back. Now, mind you, these are big fat, you know, blunts, loud. That's what type of situation I was in, because it was like not just knowing all these things, but dealing with gifts you didn't know you had. So you're getting all different types of thoughts, everybody talking in your head, all these voices coming in at one time. It was a lot for me to deal with. Now, when I allow myself to know, it was like they allowed me to see, look, time's coming about to change. You have to find therapeutic way, positive ways to deal with your anger, deal with depression, dealing with sadness. Um, this is not the way to do it anymore. You can get in touch with your higher self without having to be smoking to get to your higher self. And there's a lot of things that I had to be able to be that treatment for. If I know I wanted better in my life, I had to be able to see my situations, my troubles in a positive way. Being able to understand certain things that came about that I might not understand, that was very unfair to me. But this is the time, they're telling me these are the problems, but you need to be able to heal on yourself, and being able to project and help others as well while you're healing on yourself. Because there's a lot of people that are running around with the same kind of issues except they're in different circumstances, different situations. They're all trying to find that place to find home. That place is very, a loving place. But you had to stop running around being that wounded warrior, you know. And it's like the fact of me staying as a wounded warrior in that type of meaning, basically, being that person that you want to say, oh, okay, they did this, playing victim. And I had to get that to my head. I'm not nobody's damn victim. Even though they did that to me, I'm like, I'm that type of person that overcome a lot of things. And there's at times, I try not to be in my feelings because of, not thinking it would have been more okay to me now, even though it's not okay if it was somebody random off the street. But when it came to family, that was like that took me somewhere. It allowed me to see ugliness in its purest form. And then it started making sense to a lot of things that I went on in my life that I thought was always my fault. And then when I seen that, I knew I had to change my habit on how to look at things. Yes, that was a messed up, effed up situation. But I had to allow myself to see, how am I going to be able to overcome these things? Because this is something that can really, really take me to that dark point to where I could be pushing some years in the pen if I really react on the way I want to react to things. That's not the solution. That's not the solution, obviously, because this is something far more deep than I could ever comprehend. And then, more and more time has came to it where it was hard to separate myself from barbiturates, pharmaceuticals, and all those other things. Now if I do anything, it's like a sleep aid or a pain reliever. And other than that, I don't take anything else, which I'm truly grateful for, other than, my vitamins and stuff like that. I really feel like I came a long way. Yes, I'm still a work in progress. I won't lie about that either. It takes you to go day by day. It's not easy. It's not, not when, it would have been easier for me to walk away and not have to deal with situations in house. But when they really want you to heal on a big magnitude of healing, they want you to be right dead smack center where you can't go anywhere, but knowing you're protected, knowing that, what you're needing will be fulfilled. But we just need you to heal yourself. We need to allow you to know the things that other people try to place on you, their insecurities towards you, um, their insecurities and the things that they need to heal from, even though they place that on you. It's nothing personal. And it took me a long time to feel like, how the hell is this not personal when it's coming to me? And then I had to be able to allow myself to know there's always somebody who's hurt. Hurt people when they feel like they deserve better than you, or why does she get to get picked about that, and why does she get to have that? Even though I was robbed of every damn thing, except the only thing you could rob me for is my DNA and the way I looked. That's the only thing that could not be changed, and I was punished for all those different type of things. And actually, being able to see my benefit of where I was placed in, you know, it took an everyday thing, doing things that was very therapeutic for me, you know, um, being able to do things in a process of, positive way of releasing a lot of things like I do. I do my videos very positive for me. Y'all have seen me on my good days. Y'all seen me in my rare form type days. Y'all seen me in my emotional days. Um, I had to be vulnerable. I didn't really like it, but for me to be able to help others, they had to be able to know I'm just like you, except I'm being more public about my situations. It took a lot for me to be vocal about my issues. That takes a lot of strength out for somebody, especially when you are saying that you're related to somebody in the public eye. A lot of people won't believe you. A lot of people think you are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. A lot of people try to say that you're attention seeking. I couldn't worry about that. This is my life. This is my story. This is my journey. This is what I had to go through growing up, but not realizing the outcome of the last 3.5 years going on 4, would not know of the impact of what I went through, me being vocal about my times of healing, my trials and tribulations, my ups, my downs, the gifts that I carry, the people I've been helping out here and on the sidelines. Has truly been a blessing to me. And it allowed me to understand why I was going to do this, what happened, what was going to take place. Not being able to know my burden is going to be able to help a lot of people make sense of theirs. And it allows you to know when you know your habits that you have is very unhealthy, and you know you'll start seeing it, how things start transpiring, unfolding in your life, where you know there are certain things you need to change about how you look at things. Because you know, if you keep lashing out at the same people, you know, because it takes a lot. I'm that Taurus, especially, you know, I'm my dad's child. So, you know, even though my dad was at that point in his life where, you know, he didn't care. He gonna be vocal about his. He didn't care, but he changed his life around. He started getting very mindful of what he, you know, what he projected out to the world, what he wanted people to see. But with him, you know, going through all those times, you know, it's just like when you change, but there's still things in the public eye that you may not want to be exposed, or ends up being exposed or whatever. But it's like anytime I, you know, uh, communicate with my dad on that level, I said, you know, we're all human. You know, wearing the speedos and didn't wear barely any clothes, and you know, we're talking about, you know, controversy and, you know, dirty mind and all that stuff. And I still love you until, you know, these days that where people still listen to your music and still allowing themselves to heal from. You know, I can't, you know, poke blame it other things that has happened, because number one, I wasn't there, you know. But as a child, seeing her father go through a lot of things, it put me in my feelings. I won't lie about that. But I had to allow myself to maintain that that mind frame that, you look, everybody gonna have an opinion about everybody. It's all about what you see, how you felt. And I had to be able to do that, you know. And I always tell my dad, I don't like it when people put stuff out about you like that, because you're in that place where you need that peace. Even, you know, you need to be able to rest in peace. You couldn't do it when you were living. Now, you know, things are coming out where I wish would have been said while you were still here, you know. And it's a lot of things that I can't change that has happened. You know, there's a lot of things that I felt guilt over. I, you know, constantly, you know, it went through my head. These things would have never happened to him if I was there, you know. And that it took a lot, you know, for me to be able to come to terms with that, because that was some guilt I carried in my life. And, you know, it's never a good moment when anybody loses a parent. But when you are not able to get that closure that you need, and I'm healing without closure, and that's already taken a lot from me. You know, there's days I sit here and I cry. There's days that I sit here and be blessed because, you know, there's music that he wrote with me in my mind that, you know, that was there, that was for me to be able to carry on along the way when I feel like I miss him, even though he hates it when I say that. And I say, you know, I miss the physical sense of you, being able to know you're on, you know, on the stage, making people, you know, happy and loving whatever you're doing. You know, that's a thing that I miss, just like they do. But it's just like on a higher thing, because there's a lot of things that people didn't know about you that I did. So it's just like all those different things you go through in life that you know is not healthy, but you know is very needed. You know, um, you had to be able to go through things. You had to be able to endure the rain to be able to appreciate the sunshine. There's a lot of times you got to be in that darkness and sit in your darkness just for you to be able to have that sun. You know, all these different things, it happens in your life, and it can really mess you up on a deep emotional, mental, sexual level. But if you know you're on this new stage of awakening, enlightenment, you cannot go doing your old ways on healing from new things that you carrying on right now. You have to find a lot of therapeutic ways on releasing your frustration, releasing your anger, your sadness. You know, I always talk to the universe about things, or, you know, I'm blessed to be able to have that sixth sense to where I can talk to my family that's passed on. And I hear them all the time, even though it makes me emotional. You know, they remind me they're always here with me. They're very proud of the things I'm doing. I'm speaking my truth. I'm standing firm in my ground. I'm not worried about who doesn't believe me, who doesn't believe me. But knowing that, you know, this message is just for anybody who was able to get that message. Now, a lot of people, you can speak your truth all you want to, but if they don't understand that level, they're going to take it on their own level of perception. They're going to define you and how they see you. How I see me is how it's important to me. If I know I'm speaking the truth and I know I'm speaking positivity and the strength that I try to reflect and being able to show what I went through and how I'm going through it and how I'm trying to maintain, you know, life is not going to always be like this. Even though I might be sitting in a stressful situation, it's not going to always be like this. I can't worry about who's trying to block my blessings and who is happy for my blessings. Because when God and universe says it's ready, nobody is not going to be able to stop that. There's something that you are wanting to see justice for. I get it. I get a lot of people that has gotten things done to them, and it's like that's their mission to make sure justice is served. And you have every right to feel that way. But if you're on a situation like me, if your main focus is on making somebody pay for what they've done to you, you're totally missing out on that growth, that line of growth. And I tell people that, and I know a lot of people don't like it when I say that, and that's fine. But when I was on that mission and being just like that person, that's the reason why I was still in the situations I was in. I was still mad, you know, folks that waited until everybody was out my life that could have spoke up for me. Now that all of a sudden they want to show their ass, but they do it from a distance. I'm that type of person. I had to deal with a lot of people that would throw their rock and hide the hand. I'm the type of person, I'll throw a whole damn brick through your windshield and sit right there on the hood of your car waiting for you to come and say, hey, I did this. What up? I'm like that. I'm that type of person. And it really angered me that I had to really deal with that. But that wasn't the reason of my journey. It was for me to be able to help so many other people. Even though it was happening to me, it wasn't something that was personally happening to me, even though it did. It was about what mission I signed up for that I did not even know about. Well, remember, let me put it that way. I signed up for it and I said I was there for it, but just didn't know how I was going to go about it. And it makes me appreciate, and I feel blessed for me being able to use my experience to help so many people come to terms with them. Like I said, yes, whatever you have had happen to you, you deserve that justice. But what your thing is supposed to be for redemption. You're saving yourself. When you finally allow yourself to heal, love yourself on many levels, become stronger and stronger every day, being grateful for everything that's been given to you, because there are so many people that are not getting the blessings that you're receiving at that point. Yes, you might be in a bad situation right now, but there's always somebody in a worse one, you know. But when you allow yourself to heal and know um, how you can be grateful for everything that is going good in your life, and you can allow yourself to be grateful for the things that has been done to you that you're healing from in life. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. You never know what things are taking place to turn a leaf over that's going to be in your favor. Because while you're working on yourself and you maintain it, and I mean, like I've said, anytime we're human. Well, actually, we're spiritual beings in a human experience. So there's a lot of things that have things has been done to you unfairly, and you have that right to be in your feelings about what is done to you. Trust me, I've been there, I've done that. There's sometimes when I see myself in certain situations and see how my kids are stressed out financially in certain situations, I used to get beyond pissed, especially because this is not a life that I wanted for my kids. And just to know, I've sat there, and when I found out who my father was, and it wasn't even about the financial as much as the hurt, lies, and deception, but just to know that there are so many situations that I almost been out on the street, and my family knew about it, and it was funny to them. You know, um, they talked down about me in front of my kids to where they didn't want my kids having respect for me. That's how much I went through. But just to be able to know when I can look them in their eyes and let them know you have no freaking power over my ass in no way, shape, form, or fashion. What you tried to do did to me didn't break me, but also built me up to where I'm untouchable. You can't do anything to me, that you can't hurt me any kind of way that you haven't not already tried to do before. You kept me from my family, you know. You kept me from my biological mom. You lied on me to my biological mom. You kept me away from my father and then my kids as well. And you see them suffering financially. You see me suffering financially. And you can still he and ha ha. You don't got no energy here with me. And it took me a long time to feel that. It took me a long time to not allow what they have done to me crush me. You know, that ego brings it up all the time. And I said, I don't look at this as a hurtful situation. I reflect as look what they have done and you're still ticking. Look at what has been done to you and you have fell to the ground and got right back up. And they are very bothered by that. You know, any other person, they would think she should have been dead right now. She should have been killing herself right now. You know, even though they tried to do that a lot of times to me, push me to suicide, because even though you don't see that you're taking me away from my kids, but your financial comfortability, comfort, being living comfortable, that you feel like my kids didn't earn that, but that's something that you chose. I mean, that's very some dark shit. Excuse my language, but that was very dark. You know, and just being able to, there's sometimes I don't feel like my life is my life, because it's like, did my family really do this to me? You know, that's not family. There was just some, you know, some folks in my life that showed me my strength, showed me my power. I don't really look at them like that, because I said, you know, you know, like I said, if I had to think, I want to detach away from these folks with all my being, not just because mentally, emotionally, I even want my name. I don't even want your name no more. You can have that, because I didn't earn that. I earned Nelson. I still uphold a Nelson, and you ain't taking that away, you know. But it allowed me to tell myself, you have to find you a better way of healing this pain that these folks don't put on you. You need to find a better way of uplifting yourself when they try so much to knock you down. And I found that. I found me. There's many a days I done sat here and cried tears of joy because of how I found the strength that I didn't think I was going to be able to ever have. Because when you find out that this has happened to you, not from a total stranger, but people, it was like you sleeping with the enemy. You know, changing, this person was changing my diapers while he was plotting my death. You know, all these different things in my life that has happened. And you know, I constantly hear my spirit guides and my family that's passed on, we are so proud of you. You have done much that, you know, a lot of people didn't think you were going to make it for yourself. There's a lot of people that watches your videos and just mad as all hell because what they try to place on you is not, you know, has not bounced. It just bounced off. It was like Scotch guard. You know, you can try to stay in it all you want to, but it's just going to roll off. You know, and that takes strength to do that. And I had to find a better way of healing. You know, there's, like I said, there's days I sit here and cry because I feel like, you know, all the things that I do in life, I shouldn't be going through this. I shouldn't have a life like this. Nobody shouldn't be able to dictate how I should live my life. This is not something, I mean, just because somebody planned this for me, I shouldn't have to go through all these things. But I know if I was going to be able to help whoever, I had to be able to endure the worst. Had to be in a very dark place that I almost drowned myself in a few times, because the addictions I had were my coping mechanism on how to stay sane. You know, dealing with a lot of things now. I do it sober. And at times it's hard to do that, but I know I'm healing when I don't choose of trying to deal with things and confront things by falling back on um on my, you know, on my addictions. I choose to still look at them straight in the face and know this is not going to be the thing that's going to take me out. I need to find better ways of dealing with my issues, dealing with my anger, dealing with my insecurities, my doubts, my confidence in a positive way, because this is not doing nothing except it making me escape, you know, escaping from it, which is always going to be there, you know. um Not allowing myself to hold myself in this light, because it's like when you choose, you have any way to choice. Some people say I don't have a choice. You always got a choice. You can either deal with the things that has been dealt to you, in a positive manner, to allow yourself to know this is not going to be something that's going to stop you or slow you down, but make you a lot fierce or make you a lot stronger. Allow you to be that warrior that could not be dealt with. You're not you're forced to not be reckoned with. You need to be that. Or you can be a person that looks as your things that have really been placed in your life as to make you be a victim. Allow yourself to point fingers at everybody, and not seeing the things that you have done. I'm not saying that, the things you're being dealt with is never nobody else's fault, but a lot of times our decisions on what we tend to do with our lives is, we orchestrated a lot of those things. But we choose to take the easy route, or take, place blame route. I said, I commit to my situations because I had a lot of bad mistakes I learned from, but I take full responsibility for that. But I allow myself to say, this is not gonna be that thing this is gonna be that thing that's gonna help me raise my frequency. This ain't gonna be something that's gonna keep me down in the dirt. It's not. I'm not gonna give anybody that satisfaction to see me suffer. I'm not gonna do that. you know but allow myself to be able to use that as a positive tool, to remind myself every day is not something you should take for granted. You live it to the fullest. Even when it's your sad days, you find those things that lift you up. You find those things, even though you have negativity around you, you pick and choose about the positive things that help you uplift yourself in ways you didn't see that that was going to really help you out in that way. So I had to learn myself to be that treatment that I surely needed on all different accords, all different levels. You know what habits you have, you know what habits you need to be done with, but it's up to you when you decide you want to do that. If you want better in your life, you have to do things in a better manner. You can't find old ways of healing to new problems that you need to come to terms with. It's not going to be that for you. But I hope you were able to resonate with the content of my video. I ain't trying to preach, but like when I open up the spirit, they got me talking about everything. But I would love to give a post notification shout out to Sun Rock. His name is SUNROC. I'm gonna try to remember to go ahead and get his link to his channel. He a truth teller like me. Voicing out about the things that he's went through in life. How he looks at things, how he's, trying to find his truth. If you can go by there, let him know that I sent you. It'll greatly be appreciated. I try to, as much as I can, support all my fellow YouTubers. We're all, speaking our truth, doing our own thing on here, to be able to help others as well, or just try to find that center in life. So I would love to, I'm gonna go ahead and put his link down, and you can stop by and just show him some love and support. I know I need to go on my girls, what is it? Scorpio's Oracle. Need to find hers as well. I just don't do tarot card readings videos, but I'm gonna go ahead and show support on her as well. But I hope you were able to resonate with the content of my video. Much love to you. I hope that everything that you're working hard to heal from, it helps you out in every which way, shape, form, or fashion that you truly need. Because all of us need to find that center of peace in our lives for on many levels. We really do. But yeah, like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe. I already said that. Hit that notification bell. Go ahead and drop a line so I can go ahead and give you a post notification shout out. And much love to you. And I hope that everything you're working hard for comes 100 times more than what you asked for. And it comes sooner than you expected it. And, if you need to speak to me one-on-one that you don't feel comfortable with talking on the content, the content of the video is truly understandable. You can get in touch with me on Facebook Messenger, not the page, but the Facebook Messenger. I don't know if you have to send a request through the, Facebook page to get in touch with me on Messenger, but I will accept you on Facebook Messenger. We can converse there, and whatever we talk about, where it's trying to help you understand your gift or your path, is 100%, 2000% confidential. What we say, what we talk about stays there. So I will see you on my next video. Make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity vibes. You never know, those things can really help somebody a long way. And I'll see you on my next video. Much love. Peace.